Hello everyone and welcome back to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and we're going to start episode 1 of the Weather Hills Quest. Are you guys ready? Let's get started. As usual, we'll start with our resource phase, and the Gandalf deck will be first player, so we'll gain our resources, we'll draw our second Villia card, and we'll flip over Landraval. Yes. For our scout deck, we'll do the same, gain our 3 resources, and draw a card. And we have our Lorien Guide. This is going to cost 2 neutral resources, so 2 of any type. So I'm going to grab 1 from Gandalf and 1 from Glorfindel. We're then going to attach this to Elrond, and he's going to gain the Spirit resource icon. So he's not only lore, he is also Spirit. Now that his ring is attached, we can exhaust Elrond and Villia to reveal the top card of our deck. You can immediately play it or put it into play for free. Otherwise, if you can't actually use it at that time, you have to put it on the bottom of our deck. Well, we know that it's going to be Landraval. So let's do it. So we have to exhaust both of these, but out will come Landraval. Landraval is pretty dang sweet because, first of all, Landraval is Sentinel, which is great. We cannot put restricted attachments on him, but after a hero card is destroyed, return Landraval to your owner's hand to put that card back into play with just 1 damage on it. You can only do that once per game, but still, that is awesome. We do still have Gandalf in play, so we can reveal the top card of our deck, and we have Eorith. If you look here, Eorith's cost is 0, so we actually could technically play her right now. And you know, I don't see why not. So let's play her from the top of our deck. We can do this because we have Gandalf. We can only do this once per phase, but we can play the top card of our deck. So let's do that, and then let's just reveal the next card. Okay, we have Cillian. We'll place Eorith here. Now, Eorith cannot attack or defend, but we can spend 1 lore resource and exhaust Eorith to heal 3 points of damage on a character. And any player can trigger that ability. And because we have Elrond, that's actually going to be 4 health. Cool. For the scout deck, I think what we're going to do is pay 1 lore resource to put the Dunedain Pipe on Aragorn. So we'll grab this here and we'll place that on him. Then what we're going to do is use Arwen's ability. It says here, discard a card from your hand, which we're going to discard this card from our hand. And then what we can do is add 1 resource to a Noldor's hero resource pool. So we're going to do that here. So we have 3 spirit resources. With those 3 spirit resources, we're going to bring out our Lorien Guide, because our Lorien Guide is going to help us get through our locations as quickly as possible. Moving to the quest phase, we now get to decide which characters are going to go questing. And for Gandalf's deck, we're going to have Gandalf go questing and Glorfindel. But to have, wow, I don't think I could ever do that again. There we go. To have Glorfindel go questing, that does give us a total of 6 quests, but we are going to have to raise our threat by 1 to 33. The Scouts deck is going to quest with all 3 of these. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have a total of 12 willpower. And don't forget the Lorien Guide's ability. After this commits to a quest, place 1 progress token on the active location. That's 1 we'll place here. We need 2 more to complete this location. So we're questing for a total of 12 compared to the 1 that's in the staging area. I think we might be able to get through this location. Let's see. Our first one we have is the Ruins of Arnor. Forced, after the when revealed effect of a treachery card is cancelled, raise each player's threat by 2. Okay, not the end of the world, and we only increase this by 2 to a 3. All right, our second one is the Cornered Orc. Forced, after Cornered Orc engages a player, it makes an immediate attack. Ugh, and that adds 2 more threat for a 5. 12 to a 5, that's more than 2 progress, so we did get through the active location. We can now place the required 2 more progress on this location. Any excess is lost because we can't put any on this specific quest, which is a bit of a bummer. I maybe did this a little over the top, but that's okay. What we do have to do now though, is reveal an orc card. And it's going to go into the staging area. And we have the Angmar Marauder. After the Angmar Marauder attacks and destroys an ally, return it to the staging area. Yeah, we know how he works. Ugh. So now we're going to move to the travel phase. Now we don't technically have to travel, but if we don't travel, we're not going to get more enemies out. Remember, we have to defeat 5 enemies. So I want to pick one of these two. I'm definitely going to do the Weathered Hilltop, just because the more it sits out in the staging area, the higher that threat's going to be. I got lucky this time I didn't draw any treachery cards. That won't last for long. So let's grab this one. On the Weathered Hilltop, we find these 2 orcs, and we have to decide which ones we want to take. We can optionally engage each once. Now, unlike in the last playthrough, we didn't have to worry about regular engagement, but this time we do. And if you look, our total threat is 33 for our Gandalf deck and just 1 point less for our Scout deck. So both of these have engagement costs that are less than our threat. So no matter what, they're going to engage with us even if we don't want to. So we can decide with this optional engagement who we want to have which of these orcs to engage. So I think I'm going to have the Gandalf deck take the Cornered Orc, and then the Scout deck take the Marauder. We'll place the Cornered Orc here, and we are going to immediately resolve an attack. The Cornered Orc's attack is only 2, so I'm thinking of letting this go undefended. Last video, I never did anything undefended, so this is something new. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to exhaust any of my characters, and all the damage that we receive from this Cornered Orc has to go to one of my 3 heroes. Fortunately, all 3 of my heroes do have substantial health, 5, 5, and 4. But with doing this, they don't get to use their armor as defense. So let's say he ends up doing 3 points of damage. All 3 points would need to be placed on one of these heroes, irregardless of what their armor is. And don't forget, this is happening outside of combat, so this orc will still attack us a second time in combat, which is gross. It's because it's a Cornered Orc. Yeah, dang it, we do have a shadow effect. Attacking enemy gets +1 for each damaged character the defending player controls. Oh, okay. Not bad. We don't have any damaged characters, so this is just going to be 2 points of damage. We'll place the 2 damage on Glorfindel. Our Scout deck will get the Marauder. Now that we've completed the encounter phase, let's move to the combat phase. So this shadow card's going to go to the Cornered Orc, and this one is going to go to the Marauder. We're going to do the same thing we did last time and go undefended. I'm being a little bit risky here, but I still think I'm going to be okay. And, oh, yep, we just have a location, no shadow effect, so just 2 points of damage. We'll place those 2 points of damage on Glorfindel again. He is 1 health away from being killed. Something I almost forgot. Idrian here, after a location is explored, ready Idrian. So Idrian is available for attacking or defending. Because of this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Idrian as the defender against that Marauder. The Marauder is going to attack for 3 points of damage plus, oh man, there is one here. Attacking enemy gets +1 for each damaged character the defending player controls. Don't control any, so that's just going to do 3 points of damage. 3 minus the 2 armor just does 1 point of damage to Idrian. So now that we've been thoroughly walloped by those orcs, it's time to fight back. Let's use Landreval and do 3 points of damage. If you look here, that Cornered Orc only has 1 armor and 2 health. He's toast. That means we can place 1 of the 5 required resources on hunting the orcs. On the Scout side, we're going to use Aragorn and attack for 3 against that Marauder. Unfortunately for us, that Marauder has 4 health with 2 armor, so it only does 1 point of damage to him. But hey, we at least wounded him. Before moving to the refresh phase, we are going to use Iarith. We're going to exhaust her and spend Elrond's resource here so we can heal 4 points of damage to 1 character. Yeah, see, that's why I put everything on Glorfindel. It just works really well. So Glorfindel is now fully healed. During our refresh phase, we'll refresh all of our heroes and characters, and then we'll increase our threat by 1. That will move the Gandalf deck to 34 threat, and the Scout deck to 33. That was the first round. Feeling pretty good. Starting round 2, we'll move our first player token over to our Scout deck. Then our Scout deck will start the resource phase, gain resources, and draw a card. Oh yeah, Elven Light. Let's do the same thing with our Gandalf deck. And we'll draw this card and flip the top card of our deck. The Wizard Pipe! That is awesome. We are just drawing what we need for this Gandalf deck. I love it. Moving to the planning phase, I think the first thing we're going to do is exhaust the Dunedain Pipe. I should have used it last time, but I didn't. I'm going to place this card on the bottom of our deck so that we can draw one card. And we have, the Warden of Arnor. Oh, great. Because our scout deck is so giving, what we're going to do is use Arwen here. We're going to discard our Elven Light, obviously, and we're going to gain one resource for a Noldor hero. But we're going to choose Elrond. So Elrond over here on the Gandalf deck will gain one additional resource. You'll see why we want to do that. And you may have noticed I put this resource over here with this ally. Whoops, that should be with Aragorn. Sorry about that. So then what we're going to do is we're going to pay one of these spirit resources to grab the Elven Light back from our discard pile. We actually paid this time, you guys. See, I'm not cheating. And, oh sweet, a Test of Will gets to go into our hand. And then we're going to use this spirit resource to put the Warden of Arnor on her as well. What this is going to do for Darion is when she is committed to a quest, we get to place one progress on the first location that's revealed from the encounter deck each time. Sweet! Let's have some fun with our Gandalf deck, shall we? Let's pay one resource here to play our Wizard's Pipe onto Gandalf. Okay? Then we get to flip this top card over. Oh, what is that? Grim Resolve. Ready all character cards in play. Okay, that's cool, but I don't think I want to use that because instead we're going to exhaust that Wizard's Pipe to exchange a card from the top of our deck with a card in our hand. So we're going to exchange these two. So we've got Celian here. Then what we're going to do is we're going to exhaust Elrond and his ring so that we can bring her out and put her into play. Awesome. Then we'll flip the Flame of Arnor out. This deck is awesome. And finally, we're going to use all three of these resources to play Shadowfax, because Shadowfax, you can see here, doesn't have any specific sphere that it's connected to, so we can use any resources. And we're definitely putting that on Gandalf. So now he's ranged, he's Sentinel, and we can unexhaust him one time around. Now you have to admit, in 2 rounds, to have this much out for the Gandalf deck, that is pretty awesome. We only have a total of 2 threat in the staging area, so I think I'm going to use our Lorien Guide, Arwen, and Idarion for our questing on this side. That's going to be 3, 4, 5, 6. But don't forget about our Lorien Guide. We get to place 1 progress on the active location. We'll place that 1 here. We only need 4 more to get through this location, and then spawn another orc. For the Gandalf deck, I think we're only going to quest with Glorfindel. That'll make our total amount of willpower as 9. 9 to 2 is pretty good when only drawing 2 to 3 cards. Don't forget though, that does mean our threat's going to go up again to 35. Are you ready? Do you think our 9 willpower will take care of the 2 threat? We'll find out. Aw, dang it. We have a treachery. When revealed, each player deals 1 damage to a hero he controls. Attach cold from Angmar to the current quest, and it counts as a condition. It says here, treat each damaged character's printed text box as if it were blank, except for keywords and traits. Whoa! And don't forget, this is a Weather Treachery card, so that means it gains Surge, so we have to still draw 2 more cards. Well, you better believe we're going to damage Glorfindel, because being able to negate his ability is actually kind of awesome. We can now use him for questing, and we don't increase our threat. Oh, not bad. On the scout side, Idrian is already damaged, so let's just damage her again. But the thing is now she will not refresh if we have explored our location. We're not done yet. We still need to draw 2 more cards. And we have the Ancient Causeway. When Ancient Causeway is explored, raise each player's threat by 2. Oh, and that's going to make this go up to 5. Ow. Okay. And then our last one, we have another Weather Treachery card. Oh, it's the same card. So we'll just place both of these underneath that quest, and we're going to damage the same 2 characters. So Glorfindel is going to take another point of damage, and Idarion is going to also take another point of damage. The only good thing for us, 5 plus 4 is 9, and we need 4 more to get through this active location. So we've actually completed this location, and now we get to draw another orc. Who's going to come out and play with us? Let's see. Oh no, our Angmar orc. I don't like this one. When revealed, either discard 1 ally from play or reveal 1 additional encounter card. I unfortunately kind of think it's not even an option. We're going to discard this ally. Not that I really want to, but I think that's the best idea. I don't want more of those encounter cards. Those weather cards stink. At least we've explored that location. I think we need to get through this first quest card. So let's go and make the Ruins of Arnor our active location during the travel phase. Then let's have the Gandalf deck engage the Angmar Orc. Moving to the combat phase, we'll place one shadow card here and one shadow card on the Angmar Orc that's going against the Gandalf deck. I almost forgot you guys about this title. Adrian should be able to use this even though she's damaged, and we place one progress on that Ancient Causeway. And that Ancient Causeway only needs 2 in total. So one more and we've completed it. Sweet. So now, for that orc that's attacking, we are going to exhaust Aragorn to defend. The orc's doing 3 damage plus attacking enemy gets +1, +2 instead of the damage if the character is damaged. Well, the character isn't damaged, but +1 gives 4 attacks, so that's going to do 2 points of damage to Aragorn. That means now Aragorn no longer has this refresh action. Can't use it until we get through this quest. On the Gandalf side, we are going to exhaust Gandalf to defend against the Angmar Orc. We're going to really hope this Angmar Orc does not do damage to Gandalf. He only attacks for 2, and yeah, it's just a location card, doesn't even touch Gandalf. Then what we can do is exhaust Shadowfax to ready Gandalf, and then use Gandalf and Landreval for a total of 6 attack. That's 3 health and 3 defense. This Angmar Orc is toast. That means we get to place another resource token here. Only 3 more to go. Again, before we end the round, we're going to use Eorith here. We're going to spend 1 resource from Aragorn's resource pool, since Aragorn is also lore, and we're going to heal 3 points, +1 technically is 4, but there was only 3 on Eorith, and we're going to heal her to full. Now she has her ability again, where if we explored through an entire location, she'll ready. With that, we can refresh all of our heroes and items, raise our threat by 1, and move the first player back over to Gandalf's deck. Before we move to round 3, I just wanted to show you guys this. I know it kind of breaks the immersion of the game, but this is just showing you what we're dealing with right now. In the middle of this playthrough, we decided to start painting the room that we have, the board game room. And so I had to move all of the tables and all of the games downstairs. And so this is what it looks like when you condense everything that's on the table right now for Lord of the Rings onto this little teeny tiny box. I carried it down to the basement. And so now we're ready to go again in a different room. Hopefully the light and everything will work there. But if you see that things look a little bit different, that's why. All right, let's head to round 3. To start this round, we'll gain our 3 resources for our Gandalf deck. We'll get the Flame of Arnor into our hand, and we'll flip the top card of our deck. Ooh, to Asphalloth. This will be great for Elrond. We'll do the same for the Scout deck, and we'll draw a card. Ooh, the East Road Ranger. Moving into the planning phase, our Gandalf deck is going to play Imladris Stargazer. Now this is going to cost 2 spirit resources. Don't forget, Elrond also now has the spirit icon due to his ring, and so then we'll take 1 from Glorfindel to put the Stargazer out. We're then going to use her ability, which means we're going to have to exhaust her. But it says exhaust her to choose a player. We're going to choose the Gandalf deck. That player looks at the top 5 cards of his deck and then returns them to the top of the deck in any order. Here are the top 5 cards of our deck, and look at Jubiar. I don't even know how to say that name. He is Sentinel. He has 3 shield and 3 health. He's going to be awesome, and we could put him on top of the deck, exhaust Elrond with his ring, and bring him out. I think we're going to do that. So we're going to put this card on top. We can put this one on bottom because we already have one of those. I want the Unexpected Courage right after this one. And put this one here like this, like so. And then we'll have this card face up because of Gandalf. Perfect. So then what we'll do is we'll exhaust Elrond and the ring, and we'll bring him out into play. And then we'll flip over the Unexpected Courage, which next round we should be able to get out there and put on Gandalf. For our Scout deck, I think the first thing we're going to do is discard Elven Light and gain another Spirit resource. So we have a total of 3 Spirit resources. We can do that because of Arwen's ability. Last time we just barely had enough willpower to explore that location. I don't want to have that happen this time. And part of that is because I totally forgot about Cillian here, so we're not going to forget about her this time. We're going to go questing with these 3. Each of them have 3 willpower, 3, 6, 9. And don't forget, Glorfindel has no ability right now because he's damaged, so we don't have to increase our threat. Nice. Our scout deck is going to add another 5 willpower. So we're going to go to a total of 14 willpower just to the 3 threat in the staging area. Let's see if this encounter deck kicks our butt or not. Our first one we have is Biting Wind. It's a weather card. When revealed, assign X damage among the characters committed to the quest. X is the number of characters committed to the quest. No. Our scout deck has a test of will, and we're going to spend one of Arwen's resources to play it. Cancel the when revealed effects of a card that was just revealed from the encounter deck. Yes, please. So we canceled the ability, but based on how I understand this, this is still a weather card. So it's still a weather card. It still gains Surge, so we have to draw 2 more from the encounter deck. So our next card will be the Sheltered Valley. While Sheltered Valley is the active location, it gains Response. When Sheltered Valley is explored, heal all damage from 1 character. Oh, that's cool. Travel. Remove 1 resource token from the mission objective. Well, that's terrible. We don't want to travel there if we don't have to. That's going to add 2 threats. We're going to go to 5. Still doing okay. We only have to draw 1 more card. So, and I say that at the wrong time. We have Find Shelter. The weather is growing steadily worse, and black clouds loom on the horizon. You must find a safe place for shelter or be caught in the storm. This gains Surge, so we're going to have to draw another one. Time 4. So we're going to place 4. We should know what this is like. We had this in our last playthrough. 4 resource tokens on here. After the last time token is removed from this quest card, each player deals 4 damage to a hero he controls. Then place 4 time counters on this quest card. Yeah, so we have to deal with this. Otherwise, after 4 rounds, it's going to start hitting us back. Oh, that's gross. And now, hopefully, this is going to be the last card. Okay, we have a Cornered Orc. That's not bad. We know what they do. They're just going to add 2 threat. That's going to go to 7. That means we have a total of 7 progress, 7 to the 14. We have definitely pushed through our active location. So here's our location that we pushed through, but I'm realizing that this still had a forced effect, and I believe it's still in effect while it's the active location. When we cancel a revealed effect, we have to raise our threat by 2. So that means the Gandalf deck is going to go all the way to 38, and then the Scout deck will go to 36. Gross. But we have traveled through this location, we can discard it. Also, due to the fact that Adrian has the Warden of Arnor, we should have also placed 1 progress on the Sheltered Valley, the first location that came out this round. And as much as I don't want to do this, moving into the travel phase, we're going to make Sheltered Valley our active location. That's because this remove 1 resource token for travel effect right now, we can do this, and it's better than having it happen later. So let's do it now. We'll remove 1. That means we have to now defeat 4 more orcs before we can move on to the next part of the quest, but I still think that's better than doing it later. And when we do travel through this location and we've completed it, we get to heal all damage from 1 character. So that's not bad. We are now going to have to reveal another orc. And we have, the Concealed Orc Camp. While Concealed Orc Camp is the active location, it gains Response. When Concealed Orc Camp is explored, place 1 resource token on the mission objective. When you travel there, you have to grab an orc enemy and put it in play engaged with him. Engage with the first player, and then shuffle the encounter deck. So, gross, but this can help us push through our mission, which isn't terrible. Moving to the encounter phase, we're definitely going to have the Gandalf deck engage the Cornered Orc. But that means this Cornered Orc is going to have to do an immediate attack against the Gandalf deck. But what we're going to do is we're going to use Jabbar here, and we're going to exhaust him to defend. After Jabbar exhausts to defend an attack, discard 1 face-down shadow card from a non-unique enemy. Yeah, so we can just discard this. Awesome. The Cornered Orc attacks for 2. He's got a shield for 3. Doesn't even hit him. But now we're going to move into the combat phase, and the 2 orcs that are out are both going to get shadow cards. I think what we're going to do here is we're going to use Gandalf to defend. So we're going to exhaust Shadowfax to unexhaust Gandalf, and then exhaust Gandalf to defend against this cornered orc's attack. This is a little bit nerve-wracking because we don't want Gandalf to take damage, because then we lose his abilities. Okay, attacking enemy gets +1 attack. If this attack destroys a character, the defending player raises his threat by 2. Okay, adding 1 to his attack doesn't even hit Gandalf. Whew! For this Marauder Orc, we're actually going to use Landreval from Gandalf's deck. He has a Sentinel keyword. We're going to use him to defend, and so he'll be doing 3 damage plus attacking enemy gets +1 for each damage character the defending player controls. The defending player is still the scout deck, so that's Aragorn. Aragorn's the only one that's damaged. So this is going to do 4 points of damage. Landreval has 1 shield, so he takes 3 points of damage. It didn't kill Landreval, but you have to remember, now that he's damaged, he has no ability. He still has Sentinel, though, because the keywords stay there, but he does not have his response. Now to fight back, since Adrian here was able to unexhaust since we went and explored the active location, we have a total of 6 points of damage that we're going to do to that Marauder. That Marauder only has 3 health and 2 shield. He is toast, and that means we can place our second, again, resource token on hunting the orcs. Only 3 more to go. Before ending the round, we're going to use Iris' ability, give up 1 resource from Aragon so we can heal all this damage from Landreval. You can't have the eagle die. Come on. Okay, now we're going to refresh all of our characters and remove 1 time token from Finding Shelter. So I think next round we're going to make this the active location and try and push through this as quickly as we can. We do not want this sitting out here. The Gandalf deck's threat is starting to get kind of high, 39. The scout deck still doing okay at 37, and then of course first player will move back to the scout deck. Let's keep on chugging along. So we'll gain our 3 resources during the resource phase over here for our scout deck and draw a card. Oh, another test of will. Perfect. We'll do the same for the Gandalf deck, and we're starting to accrue just a little bit more of resources, which is nice. Perfect. Yeah, we should have known what's coming up. We know the top 5 cards of our deck. First thing we're going to do with our scout deck, we're going to grab that Elven Light. We'll use 1 of our spirit resources to put that back in our hand and draw another card. Oh, we have the Mirkwood Explorer. I like him. Okay, but I think I am going to do this. I'm going to play our Ranger of Cardolan. Now, normally I could just pay 1 resource and have him out for 1 round. But one of the problems we're having with this scout deck right now is they don't have any allies out. And I'm tired of waiting. This is probably not the best idea because it means now we can't play our Test of Will card because we're going to use all 4 of our resources here to place him out. Oh yeah, but you know what? Actually, I think what I'm going to do is use Arwen's ability, discard Elven Light, and gain 1 spirit resource. So that way we can still play a Test of Will if we need to. Moving to the Gandalf deck, we'll do Imlardis' ability first, draw the top 5 cards, and put them in any order we want. Looking at this, what I think I want to do is I want to put Asphaleth on top. Then we'll put the Expert Treasure Hunter second, and then have these 3 stay the way they are. Perfect. The reason why is I want to play this, and I can play this right off the top of the deck because it's like as if it's in my hand. And then we can put this on Elrond, and we can use him to push through some locations. So let's do it. So we can play Asphaleth from the top of our deck because Elrond is considered a lore hero, and Gandalf is considered whatever that top card is when we play it. So he's also a lore hero right now. So using 1 of each of those resources, we can put Asphaleth on Elrond. And now we can flip the top card of our deck again. Now, we cannot play this card during this phase anymore. We've already played our 1 card this phase in the top of our deck. But this card will be easy to play next round. In case you guys can't tell, I have a hard time not spending my resources. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Gandalf's staff on Gandalf. This is going to allow us to exhaust the staff and choose 1. Choose a player to draw 1 card, add 1 resource to a hero's resource pool, or discard a shadow card from a non-unique enemy. That is awesome. But that does cost us 2 resources. And it's another attachment on Gandalf. Jeez, that guy's a beast. Moving into the quest phase, first thing is we are definitely going to be doing the Find Shelter quest, okay? What we're going to do is we're going to send all three of these, the Ranger of Cardolin, Arwen, and Adrian, for a total of 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 willpower. We're also going to play Elrond's Council. This, as long as we control a unique Noldor character, we can give another character +1 willpower, and at the end of this phase, until the end of this phase, and then we can lower our threat by 3. So our threat will go from 37 down 3, 1, 2, 3 to 34. Problem is, this is not the deck that needed that, but that's okay. We'll also choose the Ranger of Cardolin as our character that'll get +1 willpower. And you guys, I feel so silly. I hope you're going to be okay with this. It shouldn't affect any of the gameplay, but I really should have put this mount on Glorfindel, not Elrond, and I knew that. It's just unfortunate with the camera and everything, I accidentally put that on Elrond. So let's put this on Glorfindel, because when we do that, we get to place 2 tokens instead of just 1 progress token on any active location. So yeah, sorry. We're also going to add to the quest Sullian for 3, Elrond for 3, Glorfindel for 3. That's 3, 6, 9. 9 plus 9 is a total of 18. Do we want to risk it with Gandalf too? I think I'm going to leave it at 18. I think that's a good number. 18 to 5. Will our 18 hold? Let's see. Okay, we have another Sheltered Valley. Response, when Sheltered Valley is explored, heal all damage. Perfect. Just adds 2. So we'll move this to a 7, which you know is somewhere on this die. There we go. Okay, and then our second card is Tragic Discovery. When revealed, raise each player's threat by the threat of the active location. Well, our active location is that Sheltered Valley, and that's current threat is 2, so we'd have to increase our threat by 2. I think I'm going to keep my test of will for worst when revealed. So yeah, let's do it. We're going to each increase our threat by 2. That means our Gandalf deck is going to go all the way to 41. Now you guys, why I'm feeling okay with this is because we still have Aragorn as our ace up our sleeve. We just have to heal him, and then we can use him and reduce our threat to the starting value. So that's why I'm okay with this. And the other thing that's awesome is this is not a weather card. So normally the weather cards are their treachery cards, but it's not, so we don't have to draw another card from the encounter deck. Yes. And we beat this by 11. And not only that, this Sheltered Valley should get 1 exploration token on it thanks to what's on Adrian. We needed 3 progress to complete the Sheltered Valley, plus 6 here. 6 plus 3 is 9. We had a total of 11. Both of these are done, and this will go into our victory display pile, so we'll score points for this. And remember, when this is done, when the Sheltered Valley is explored, heal all damage from 1 character. So yeah, we're going to heal Aragorn to full. Let's get rid of all that damage. Nice. But now we're going to have to reveal another orc. We'll draw the top card of the orc deck, and we have the Angmar Captain. We're also going to do something fun here. We're going to exhaust our mount here, and we're going to place 2 progress tokens on this location. That makes this location totally explored. When that happens, we get to place 1 resource token on the mission objective. Yeah, so this hunting orcs objective just got our 3rd resource token. We only need 2 more. But here's the kicker. We're also going to have to reveal an orc enemy and put it into play engaged with that character. So I know we just got rid of a Marauder. Yeah, he's going to come back and engage our scout deck, since our scout deck is the first player. Now I think we're going to travel to the Ancient Causeway. We're only going to need 1 more progress, and we can push through this location, which is great, so you don't have to worry about that. But we do have to worry about increasing our threat. But like I said, we've got Aragorn, so I still think we're okay. Moving to the encounter phase, we're going to have the Gandalf deck optionally engage this captain. We do not want our scout deck trying to take him on. Moving into combat, this Marauder will gain 1 shadow card, and then here are the 2 shadow cards for the 2 orcs attacking the Gandalf deck. So what we're going to do is we're going to have Gandalf exhaust to defend against this Marauder. And this Marauder has an ability with the shadow card. Defending player either raises his threat by 3 or this attack is considered undefended. Yeah, I'm definitely going to raise our threat. Because like I said, we've got a way to change that, and that's our scout deck that has to raise their threat. We'll go to 39. And 3 attack gets fully blocked by Gandalf's shield. Next, we're going to have the Angmar Captain attack, but what we're going to do is we're going to use Jaibar as our defense, and when he gets exhausted for a defense, we can discard 1 shadow card on a non-unique enemy. This Captain doesn't have a little icon here to show as a unique enemy, so we'll just discard this card. This would normally do 5 points of damage. He's got 3 shield, so he simply takes 2 points of damage. But he no longer has his awesome reduction of shadow cards ability until we get through this blasted quest card. Before this cornered orc attacks, we're going to exhaust our Shadowfax, which I think is actually here, there we go, to ready Gandalf. But then we're also going to exhaust our Wizard Pipe. That's going to allow us to place 1 card in our hand, this card on top of our deck, and then we're going to place this Expert Treasure Hunter into our hand. Gandalf then is going to exhaust to defend against the cornered orc, and Search the Ruins, great, we get to discard this, doesn't happen, and only 2 attack, totally blocked by Gandalf's defense. Now I'm really liking Adrian's ability here. She is going to unexhaust. That means we now have a total of 6 attack with both of these, and we'll attack this orc. Done! And that's going to be our 4th resource token on hunting the orcs. We are getting through this. We will have to exhaust both of these heroes. Moving over to our Gandalf deck, we're going to have even more fun, and I think this is why I love this deck so much. What we're going to do is we're going to exhaust Gandalf's staff, and what we're going to do is we're going to add 1 resource to Gandalf's resource pool, because then what we're going to do is we're going to play the Flame of Arnor. The Flame of Arnor says add Flame of Arnor to the victory display pile and discard the top card of your deck and ready an Istari character, aka ready Gandalf yet again. I think this is going to be the 3rd time he's going to be able to do something. That character gets plus attack until the end of the phase where X is the discarded card's cost. That's why we put this Grim Resolve here. That is 5 additional attack. 5 plus 3 is a total of 8. Sweet. Oh yeah, and we get to flip over this card. Between Gandalf's 8 attack, he can take out this Captain, no problem, and Landreval's 3 attack, which can take out this cornered orc. We have more than enough completed hunting our orcs. We only needed 1 more resource token, and we got it. So I feel like this is kind of a fun time to stop. I know. We want to move on. We want to see what that next quest is. We'll just start it with the next video. I'm a little tired. I got paint on my hands. I'm ready to go to bed. So hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. I can't wait to get back to this. I will see you at the next stop.